A superhero is someone who faces adversity with a brave heart. Next, we're going to meet one. Welcome, and with us today is Jill Fearons, founder of Friends of Jack. So good to have you here.
Thank you so much, Phil. Love being here. Love what you've done. And unbelievable.
I've done. How about you? Let's look at you and the superhero things that you've done.
Yeah. Well, not me, our community. All of you. We're like Gotham City. We couldn't do it without our community.
Right.
It's
the need
amazing.
came when your son Jack was in the hospital.
Yes.
What did you experience?
When Jack got sick 5 years ago, he first got sick when he was 2, but 5 years ago was a turning point for us. And it was a horrible time in my life. It was a horrible time for my families, but we had unbelievable care, not only at Boston Children's, but right here at St. Luke's. And I will never, ever forget that. And I made a promise that if Jack came home with us, that I would make a difference.
Is there anything more agonizing than having your child who is sick in the hospital and you are feeling like, what can I do? Is there anything more desperate in our feelings?
No, it's a feeling of desperation. I can equate it to, it's a feeling of you being underwater, seeing the surface, but can't come up for air.
Oh, wow.
It is this powerful feeling that you'll do anything, and all of us will.
Is that what motivated you, Jill? Is that feeling what
Yes.
really gave lift to Friends for Jack?
Yes, because I never wanted people to feel that if they didn't have to. And I will always say, no matter how sick your child is, it is very, very scary
Yes.
when you have a child that's sick.
nothing.
And if we can help in even the smallest of ways,
How?
by offering a teddy bear, a cape, a mask. I mean, over the past 5 years, the Friends of Jack has really grown into something that I didn't even think it ever would. And we're resources for families now. And there really isn't too much that we can't make happen for families. And truly that is because of our community, because of the relationships we have within our community, our donors, the unbelievable people right here.
Jill, what was missing? What didn't they have in their operation that you found had to be implemented?
Honestly, it was the very small things that mattered the most, that made a big impact in Jack's recovery, whether it be a superhero mask that I was able to put on him, a stuffed animal that he was able to hold during treatments. Pediatrics in general doesn't make money. It just doesn't. And so they take their funding and they buy the equipment and the stuff that they need to keep the children healthy and safe and alive. Right. And it's the small things that sometimes can make such a huge difference. And so I found bringing those small things to not only our hospitals, but our police, our fire, anywhere that a child was at risk, helped their recovery, if that makes sense.
Oh, it doesn't make sense. Of course. You
it-
bring them comfort.
It's comfort. It's giving them this power of like, I have this, I can do this. It's incredible to watch the child put the mask on, the cape on, and all of a sudden the fear of what's about to happen to them is gone.
That's why you're a superhero. And from that, you develop programs.
Absolutely.
Food for Tots.
Yes.
How many? The teddy bear.
So the superhero program, the backpack program, we now work with the Manfredi Foundation, and we provide pillows now for children that come into the hospital that are inpatient, and they get to take that pillow home with them, and it goes with them wherever they go.
Right.
They're really, the programs, every organization that we work with has a different program.
Yes.
Nothing we do is the same. Every day is a little different for me.
You know, teddy bears have a special place, especially for little girls.
Yes.
There's a special place in their hearts. And by you giving them this, at least they have something to hold on to during a time of chaos. They don't understand what's going on.
Right.
It's a tough, tough time.
And we're very particular about our teddy bears. It's almost comical in the community because I won't budge. During COVID, our teddy bears, when they tripled in price, but I won't budge on the teddy bear because they have sewn-in eyes, they're soft, they're very distinct, and we go through 25,000 a year.
Jill, you have to imagine this. A police officer came to me and said, Phil, you would never have imagined the comfort that came over a child who came into St. Luke's. And when that teddy bear was given to them from Friends of Jack.
Yeah. It's
Story ends right there. I said, that's it. That's exactly what
it
Friends
is.
of Jack does. It makes our children feel
yes.
much better.
Which in turn relaxes the parents because
Yes.
kids feed off of our energy. When a child is sick, you're scared, so you feel off the energy. If we can help navigate that a little bit and maybe make it so even if it's a distraction,
Right.
that is extremely important, which was why it was also very important for us to bring child life specialists down. St. Luke's had one on staff, but we were able to do the funding to bring in 2 more. And then at Boston
Down
Children's in
from-
Hasbro. So they're all over. But a child life specialist is, to me, just as important as the physician
course.
treating. And if you don't know what a child life specialist is, I always say it's a gift because you haven't had a child sick enough that needed one.
Right.
But now they're in our ERs, they are with inpatient, and they navigate to make things a little bit smoother and educate the parents on what exactly is happening.
More of this amazing discussion in a minute, but first, please like, follow, and share The Phil Show now. I think it's sad that Bill Belichick, probably one of the greatest coaches, if not the greatest, in the pantheon of coaches, and the Patriots have split up. How do I look at it? As a bittersweet opportunity to say thank you, Coach. Thank you for so many winning seasons when you offered us the very best in sports entertainment. You inspired other teams to do better, and you inspired us fans to do the same. And in my way of saying thank you, I want to end with the words of Walt Disney, who said, "Goodbye may seem forever. Farewell is like the end. But in my heart is the memory, and there, Coach Belichick, you shall remain forever." Just a thought. Your comments are really important to us, so comment below because we really want to know what you're thinking here at The Phil Show Now. Now, back to the amazing discussion on The Phil Show Now. And Jill, your programs helped implement this.
Yes, all of our fundraising efforts, 100% of what we bring in goes back, whether it be to the teddy bear program, the superhero program, or the funding for the child life specialists.
Do you have a doggy program?
So we did. We had the therapy dogs, and they were incredible. And they've since retired when the new sheriff came on. But they got to go home with their handlers, so that's a gift. And they are still working in the community,
But
just
these-
not at specific schools.
Everything costs money.
Everything costs money. It's a program that I believe in strongly, and so many other people have picked it up and makes a huge difference. We do get to see the dogs in the community still, so it's really, really fun working.
I guess this is a weird question. Do you make enough from the contributions, or are you always, looking for, of course, more money, but do you get enough from people?
We have an unbelievably generous community.
Wow.
And yes.
Tell me about
Phil, people, will step up and support the events that we run. One thing that I really am proud of is we try and run events that no one else does. And I always am looking to change things up and make it with fun for the community to be part of, whereas we're not just sending letters asking for money.
Right.
That's not who we are
No.
or what we do. And yeah, I make it work. Like we make it work. We work really, really hard, and I have the best job in the world. I love
Is
my
it
job.
true about tugging on the cape? You don't tug on the cape of Jill Fearon's
Yeah.
or spit in the wind or
Well, you certainly, we are always looking to see what other organizations could use us. I know we don't capture every kid in the community. We do a really good job of trying to, but I always tell people, like, if you know of organizations that could utilize our programs, they are free. Nobody pays for our programs. Not any hospital, not any fire, police, child and family. Nobody pays for the programs. So on the back end, we work really, really hard to make sure those can continue.
I've always had you as a miracle worker. There are points of light in people, and yours has made such a difference in helping our children during their most crucial times in their little lives.
Yeah, it's stressful for kids. And stress comes in all different levels,
yeah.
whether they're sick or they're just afraid or white coat syndrome, or we don't ever dictate how the programs are used. We leave it up to the resources of the community that's using them to see what works best. So I never know, like, how many teddy bears one single police department's going to go through, because sometimes their officers love to hand them out and they'll go through hundreds a month, whereas other offices use it differently and they're very particular about when they bring them out. But as far as like the hospitals, every child that is brought into the pediatric unit leaves with a teddy bear.
Jill, tell me about evolution. When you start something with an idea, implement it into action, but then something happens.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I would never have thought we are where we are today, ever, ever, ever. And every day, I always think, I never look at, okay, we've accomplished it, because I've never fully accomplished anything until we just keep evolving.
Yes.
We just keep growing and working, and there's always needs arrive. Even when I think, okay, we've done it, we've covered everybody, we haven't.
Yep.
We haven't.
Absolutely.
We ventured into, we're in Rhode Island, we're in Hasbro, we're in New York now. I'm heading to Texas next week. So they certainly want the programs. One thing that I do want to mention is all the efforts that are fundraising goes to our community. So we will never take funding from the South Coast to run a New York program.
Wow.
They have their own fundraising.
Wow.
So,
You're a standalone miracle
well, every
worker.
dollar that our community gives goes back to the kids in their community.
Yes.
And we're really proud of that.
More of this amazing discussion in a minute. But first, please like, follow, and share The Phil Show now. Thank you so much. Let me thank the good folks at iGreen Landscape, your one-stop solution for your residential and commercial property management. Whether it's snowing or whether you're mowing, let Team iGreen handle your landscape and hardscape year-round. From spring cleanups to commercial snow management, I recommend the good folks at iGreen Landscape. Call for your complimentary consultation today. Nowadays, I'm sure it costs more money for implementation of a program than it did when you
Oh, yeah.
first started. So
Absolutely.
tell me about the fundraising.
Fundraising is 100% of where our funding comes from. We take pride in our fundraisers, and we try and change them up and make them new and different. And this year, coming off of our 5th year, we are changing everything around. Everything is
How
going to
so?
look a little bit different. Any fundraiser we've done in the past, we're not running this year. We're doing a different type of twist on our fundraisings this year.
Love it.
We are holding a pickleball fundraising, and that'll take place in February. We are not doing our golf event this year, and we're doing a different spin on it, which news to come on that. But our major one, our annual celebration held in September, will be held on Saturday, September 28th this year at a totally different location. We're going to move to the Arch of the Meadows in Rochester.
Gorgeous.
Back to black tie gala, and it will be look a little different this year because we can only have 250 guests.
Yep.
We typically range about 400, so we are going to ticket sales will go out
The rest can come to my house.
really soon.
How's that?
Absolutely. The post party.
We'll have a party there.
We'll have a post party. So that's new and exciting for us, and we try and keep things exciting so that people want to come out and experience something new.
Jill, it's new and exciting. A new home, a new location.
New location,
Tell
new event, new everything will look
You're
a little
growing.
different. Yeah, everything will look a little different. So it's exciting. I'm excited for this year to see, and excited to grow our programs and be able to help more people and help the community more that needs it. Because a large part of what we do now is, help parents navigate,
Right.
where to go, the healthcare system.
You see a
and
lot
who
of
to connect
miracles.
with.
You have seen a lot of miracles.
Yes.
Are you aware when they come about?
I am. I get notified with every child that kind of gets sick in our area. We run a program. I call it the Ding Dong Ditch program. And what I do is I show up at their houses with toys or stuffed animals or some of their favorite things. And I ring the doorbell and I walk away.
Unannounced?
Unannounced.
Publishers Clearinghouse, get out of
Pretty
the way.
Because I don't want to impose when a child is homesick, but I want them to know the community is thinking about them. And so just a little things to make things a little easier when they're home recovering. And so we call it the Ding Dong Ditch program.
Amazing.
And it is. It's really, really fun.
More of this amazing discussion in a minute, but first, please like, follow, and share The Phil Show now. You can now watch The Phil Show whenever you'd like. Like, follow, and share The Phil Show now. And catch us wherever you catch your favorite podcasts. Like, follow, and please share The Phil Show now with a friend. The Phil Show now. If you're ready to finally make your biggest dreams a reality, let my friend Jared Methia at Milestone Mortgage Solutions get you your next mortgage or your next home loan. Jared is a trusted local loan officer who works with some of the most reputable companies. Jared reminds me if you're a first-time home buyer or maybe you're looking to refinance. He says, go to him. And I, too, recommend Jared Methia, providing you with a stress-free experience. Call Jared today for a competitive rate, for quick approvals, and for one-of-a-kind personalized service. That's Jared Methia at Milestone Mortgage Solutions. If I'm following you, you're telling me that the last years have been growth, and you're spreading out all over
Definitely
the place.
spreading out. Things are changing. We're able to give more resources to families that they just need. Sometimes they just need somebody to talk to that has been there.
So did you think you would be here back when you first started?
No way. No way.
What else has surprised
I
you
never-
about Friends of Jack?
The way the community has embraced it. And honestly, watching the kids embrace it. So one of my favorite things is getting the younger generation involved with us.
Oh,
And sometimes
wow.
it starts out where they need community service hours. And so I bring them on, and everything we do in-house to cut costs down. So all of our packaging of bears and whatnot. And those kids will come in and they'll spend a couple hours with me and they're hooked. And they call and I'm like, oh, you need more hours. And they're like, no. We just want to come and help.
Oh my God.
And it's kids
Jill.
helping kids, and they see that, and I see it a lot with the 2-2 challenge for the toys that we purchase.
Oh yeah.
The kids love to buy toys for other kids, And it's really, that is a very big part of who we are.
We kind of lost that childlike innocence as we grow up, or we've gotten further away from it. I like the way you bring it back.
Yeah, we have to bring it back because it's simple. It's the simple things that make them so happy. And I get to see that every day. So I have like the best job.
Jill, I want to use the word addiction because this is a healthy
Yeah.
addiction
Yes.
for younger people.
Yes.
What about the babies who get in and are born addicted?
So St. Luke, we are so blessed in this community to have St. Luke's Hospital partner with Boston Children's, and they've just opened up. And Friends of Jack we were able to help in a small way with that, but they just opened up a new level 2 nursery, whereas the moms now get to stay with the babies in the room, learning everything they need to know to bring those babies home. And that is such a blessing because not many hospitals have that at all. No. Typically, the babies do have to go to the secondary nursery, and the moms would usually have to go home and not be able to stay with them. And so in our community, to have that is so remarkable.
Tell me about one of the very special times you spoke with a mom. One time that connection was just so gorgeous to make.
Oh, I'm so lucky because I talk to moms and families every day. And every story is a little bit different. Whereas we've so much as had a family come to us during COVID and we're at Hasbro Children's, and during the pandemic, some of the adults needed to be moved over to the Children's Hospital because they didn't have space. This was an elderly gentleman, and he was terminal and was up on the unit, and they gave him the teddy bear, and his family reached out and said he died holding your bear, and it was the last thing he had.
Whoa.
And so she wanted me to know like what comfort that brought him. So for me, that took on a whole new level of like how something so small can make such a difference. And it brought the family comfort because they weren't allowed to be there with him.
Oh my gosh.
I've had some families, were in the sheriff's department, and I had a mom come up to me at a soccer game and say, "Are you the lady that runs the Friends of Jack?" And I said, "I am." And she said, "My husband's incarcerated. My daughter would never go to see her dad. She got one of your teddy bears. Now she wants to go every week."
Oh, wow.
So it's all different. Everybody has a different experience with the programs that we run. And so, yes, in the hospitals, it brings the comfort. They're less scared. We could put the mask on, the cape, surgical with the cars that we have in the hospitals now, in 5 different hospitals. The kids no longer have to be pre-sedated. They're not afraid. They drive right into the OR. It's so incredible to see because they genuinely are afraid. And then they put them in this car and they put on the cape and the mask and they drive themselves to the OR. Pop up on the table.
Does Jack know how influential or how he was the seed?
I think so. He's very humbled about it. As all my children are, they are extremely involved in the foundation and never lose sight of like the remarkable work that we're able to do with simple things. And sometimes it's not easy for kids to understand that when they have so much.
What do you think this is teaching Jack and your other children and children in general? Jill?
Giving back. Giving back is absolutely huge. You have got to always give back in one form and be passionate about it. I'm not saying it has to be pediatrics. If you're passionate about geriatrics or what you are passionate about, you go all in.
Right.
And you will find such happiness inside yourself doing that it's infectious.
Is that your philosophy?
Yes. I'm thankful to everybody who has continued to support us through the programs and watch us grow, because we would never be able to grow without you, ever. You are the community that has built us to be who we are today. And it's easy for me to run the programs in New York and Texas now because I've had great experiences with them all here. And the community has taught me a lot on what we can do together. Like when we work together, we can really change anything. Anything can happen.
Wow.
And kids need us. All kids need us.
What do you want our audience, most especially, to take away from this?
That we are here. That we are here in New Bedford. We are easy to find through our website. And if you know of someone that needs us, reach out to us because we can help on so many different levels. And if I can't help, I'll find the person that can help.
Thank you for your cape. Thank you for your superheroism. And thank you for all the miracles that you work.
Well, thank you to you, Phil. You have brought people together for I don't even know how many years. You're an unbelievable soul.
Jill Fearon's
you.
Friends of Jack.
Thank you.
Like, follow, and please share The Phil Show now with a friend. The Phil Show. A hug from a child is a very special thing. For adults, hugs link us together. They're a bond. In fact, they're pretty good for our health, too. But what you are about to see proves beyond a doubt that a hug is more than just a feel-good moment.
Really too late to call, so we wait for to the outside. The dead leaves, they are alive. For they die, have trees, hang their
The power of a simple hug. See you next time.